नीलकण्ठमः कनकाभ कमलायते क्षणः वरजानुविलम्बि षड्भुजो बहुधा भक्तिरसा विनर्तकः जयति जयति देवः कृष्ण चैतन्य चन्द्रो जयति जयति कीर्तिस्तस्य नित्या पवित्रा जयति जयति भृत्यास्तस्य विश्वेशमूर्ते जयति जयति नित्यं तस्य सर्वक्रियाणां जयति जयति देवः कृष्ण चैतन्य चन्द्रो जयति जयति कीर्तिस्तस्य नित्या पवित्रा जयति जयति भृत्यास्तस्य विश्वेशमूर्ते जयति जयति नित्यं तस्य सर्वक्रियाणां जयति जयति देवः कृष्ण जयति जयति देवः कृष्ण चैतन्य चन्द्रो जयति जयति कीर्तिस्तस्य नित्या पवित्रा जयति जयति भृत्यास्तस्य विश्वेशमूर्ते जयति जयति नित्यं तस्य सर्वप्रियाणां हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna to all devotees, Dandavat Pranam to all. Just quoting some few lines which Mataji quoted regarding these 5 verses. Mataji said, these 5 verses glorify the reasons for the advent of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. These 5 verses glorify the reasons for advent of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. These 5 verses glorify the wonderful bodies of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda Prabhu. How their arms are extended to their knees and how their complexion is so beautiful. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna to all.
One of you can Aparna Mataji sing Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu.
अपर्णा माता जी।
हाँ हरे कृष्णा माता जी, 1 मिनट में।
हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। धन्यवाद प्रणाम सब भक्तों। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे, श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे, तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे, पतित पावन हेतु तब अवतार, मोसम पतित प्रभु ना पाइबे आर, हाहा प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखी, कृपा बल कौन करो আমি বড় দুঃখী, দয়া কর সীতাপতি অদ্বৈত গোসাই, তব কৃপা বলে পায়ে চৈতন্য নিতাই, হাহা স্বরূপ সনাতন রূপ রঘুনাথ, ভট্ট যুগ শ্রী জীব হা প্রভু লোকনাথ, দয়া কর শ্রী আচার্য প্রভু শ্রীনিবাস, রামচন্দ্র সঙ্গ করে রামচন্দ্র সঙ্গ মাঙ্গে নরোত্তম দাস, দয়া কর শ্রী আচার্য প্রভু শ্রীনিবাস, রামচন্দ্র সঙ্গে মাঙ্গে Narottama Das. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. जय प्रभुपाद की जय। धन्यवाद प्रणाम माता जी।
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Can someone summarize what you did yesterday and day before yesterday? Vaishnav Gaur Prabhu, can you summarize?
Hare Krishna Mataji. So yesterday actually we discussed about Vishwarupa, how Vishwarupa actually try to go away from home by seeing all that activities of those people around him. So but he went to Advaitacharya's house, and then Shachi Mata was a little bit worried about him. So she sent Vishwambara, that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And yesterday we discussed about that when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went there in that Sabha, in that Kirtan. He was naked, totally naked, as a Bhut. He went there and the dust was covering his whole body. So that explanation was going on. So verse number 47, we have to start from verse number 47. But I request you to recap the 46th verse because it was very deep philosophy. So I think I am not, I was not able to do the justice, but I did somehow.
Okay, so we'll start from 7th chapter, 46th verse, right?
Yes, okay.
Okay. I was busy in the farms. Okay. Materialistic people are unable to understand how the Lord steals the hearts of the devotees. No, not that. 46th verse. This one. Ye rahasya vidite haivena bhagavate parishashunde shukadeva hite. Prakasangishanaha bhagavate rakhyana shukha parikshitera samvara anupama. So this one you are saying, 46th verse.
Mata,
This- Okay.
yeah, you can just recap. We discussed it a lot, but still, main points.
So Vishwambhara, he used to come naked. His body used to be covered with the dust. And his brother had the habit of going to Advaitacharya's class. He was so influenced that he had no desire for any material association. And the devotees also had no desire to leave Vishwarup's association, nor Vishwarup had any desire to leave them. So Sachimata used to always have that one type of anxiety. She used to have that anxiety of losing Vishwarupa. That is why she used to say to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that you go. Say that mother is calling you. Tell him to come to eat. So now when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to go, all the devotees were stunned. They used to stare at him. Devotees used to practically go in samadhi. Now there is a reason why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to go and influence all the devotees. That is just to make their attraction towards them and lessen their attraction towards Vishwarup so that he can go and take sannyas. This is one important aspect. Because attraction is a natural quality of Krishna. Now, in his expansion as Vishwarupa, there also is attracting all the devotees. But when he appears in the full form, now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Krishna are non-different. In fact, he is more compassionate form of Krishna because he is in the mood of Srimati Radharani. So Srimati Radharani is the Madana Mohana Mohini. So that is why to attract the devotees, he used to go there. And he used to steal their hearts. Now, those people who are not in the process of devotional service, they are technically known as materialistic people. They were unable to understand how Lord stole their hearts. So now this mystery is told by Sukadeva Goswami to Maharaj Parikshit. You will say, how come? How come all this mystery is told by Sukadeva Goswami? Already Sukadeva Goswami has mentioned why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going to appear. Yadyahe Sankirtana Prayar Yajanti Sumedasa. And even from there, another 2 verses, Deyam Sada, the 2 verses are there in the 11th canto. If you see, very clearly it has been said that Lord steals the heart of the devotees. So this secret was told by Sukadeva Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj. Very clear indication that Krishna is going to steal the hearts when Krishna is going to appear as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that has been told. And also how Krishna, in his Leela, as Govinda, also steals the heart of everyone. That has been mentioned in the purport. So Sukadeva Goswami says, for every created being, the dearmost thing is certainly his own self. The dearness of everything else, children, wealth, and so on, is due to only dearness of the self. It's a very important line. You love yourself, that is why you are loving the things belonging to yourself. Simple. You love yourself. Here refers to, in one way, you can say oneself is Krishna. You love Krishna, then you love everyone. But if you don't know that oneself is Krishna, you may have a false identification. Oneself is me, himself, me only. So whatever related to I and mine becomes an object of attachment. So when the embodied soul is self-centered, when he thinks, I am everything, he is more attached to his own body and self than to his so-called possessions like children, wealth, and home. That is true. First, everybody loves himself only. Then only things related to him. Now, suppose the children don't look after the parents. Then the parents also starts hating the children. If the wife is not serving the husband properly, the husband will also start hating the wife. And then the vice versa. That means everybody are self-centered. That means I should get whatever I want from the things belonging to me. It can be house, it can be property. If you have a house, you may think of renting it out. If you are not getting the rent, then the same house to which you had so much of attachment becomes an object of hatred. Same thing happens with the people around also. Let there be parents also. If the parents don't care the children, children don't care them. So indeed, for persons who think that the body is self, best of things, those things whose importance lies only in the relationship to the body are never as dear as the body itself. Now here, what is the self-centered? Who is that self? For an ignorant person, that self is the body itself. They don't have an understanding that the body is separate from the self. And the self of the self is Krishna. And who has that love for self of the self, then he loves everyone without any expectation from anyone. If a person comes to the understanding of considering the body mine and instead of me, he will certainly not consider the body as dear as his own self. Yes. When he understands it's only mine, it's not me. After all, even as the body is growing old and useless, one's desire to continue living remains strong. There's so many old people not giving up their lives. The ones who are caretaking them, becomes very difficult for them to manage them. Because we have seen old peoples, then the family members think they're troubling us. It is not that they are troubling us. They are actually troubling their own self. That is the difference. They are troubling their own self. And it seems that they are troubling the family people. They don't want the opportunity to get a new body. You should know Krishna to be the original self, the original soul of all living entities. See here, very clearly it has been told. He is the soul of all the souls. For the benefit of the whole universe, he has, out of his costless mercy, appeared as an ordinary human being He has done this by the strength of his internal potency. Those in this world who understand Lord Krishna as he is, see all the things, whether stationary or moving, as manifest form of the Lord. Sthavara jangama deki nadagetar murti sarvatra hoye nija ishta deva spurti. Whoever he is seeing everything in connection with Krishna, because he's seeing the soul of all. The soul is there in everyone. That is why no hatred. The soul of all the souls as Brahman is also present in Jadavastu, Sthavara jangama deki. Movable, immovable, everywhere he finds Krishna. That is why there is no hatred. He sees everything connection with Krishna. Krishna is not lost. Such enlightened persons recognize no reality apart from the Lord. The law, the original manifested form of material nature is the source of all material things, and the source of even that subtle material nature is the supreme personality of God. What then could one ascertain to be separate from him? One may refer to these verses and their translations into the following Bengali verses by the author Vrindavan Das Thakur. So 7th chapter, 47th verse, Chaitanya Bhagavata. Yei Gaura Chandra Yabe Jannire Gokule Shishu Sange Graha Grahe Krida Pari Bule. So now when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared as Krishna in Gokul, what he used to do? He used to play. Now comparison is going on. Chaitanya Leela and Krishna Leela comparison. So when he appeared in Nadia, his mischievous pastimes are discussed. Now, Vrindavan Das Thakur. So Vrindavan Das Thakur, he is now seeing the same Chaitanya appearing as Krishna and his Gokula pastimes. Sri Gaurasundar appeared in Gokula as Krishna Chandra, Gaura Chandra, Krishna Chandra. That is say that Lord Krishna appeared 4,712 years prior to the advent of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And since Krishna came before Gaura, and Gaura came after Krishna, there is certainly a difference between them. Vrindavan Das Thakur, however, has been forbidding the devotees, the pure devotees, from considering material time, place, and circumstances in relation to the absolute truth. So whatever we say before, after, there is an influence of time. For Lord, there is no influence of time. It is not that he appeared 500 years before, or he appeared after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. That is all actually the mundane calculation. So that means Chaitanya is not existing when Krishna is existing. Same Krishna. When Pila Pukur Leela happens, there is a lake which is known as Pila Pukur. In the Pila Pukur, what happens is Radharani, when she goes to serve Yashoda Mata, she helps in cooking, she does the main cooking and all those things she does. Yashoda Mata always had the desire that this sweet Radharani should be Krishna's wife. She always wanted her to become the Vadhu. So in that love, what she did was she applied turmeric in the hands of Radharani and told, I always consider you as my daughter-in-law. Now, it is not that in the social custom, she cannot just put this haldi and go out. People will laugh at her because it is not officially done. It was out of ecstasy, Yashoda Mata did. So she washes her hand in that lake and the whole lake becomes yellow color. Krishna was passing through the lake. When he sees the lake, he has an ecstatic feeling. Because whatever related to Radharani very directly, these ecstatic feelings to Krishna, he goes and dives in that water. And when he comes out, he is golden yellow in color. That itself is an indication that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu existed at them also. He is non-different from Krishna. Krishna shows his form. There's another Leela, Imri Talav Leela. In the Imri Talav Leela, if you go when the Raj Bhumi, Raj Parikrama, it happens. Krishna is searching all the gopis. Krishna is dancing with the gopis. Ras Leela is happening. At that time, suddenly, Radharani vanishes because she is not able to see Krishna with so many gopis. Having so much intimate relationship, so she exhibits the Manabhava. So she leaves the whole Raslila and goes away. And Krishna cannot tolerate her separation. Though he seems to enjoy with all the gopis, that is only just to create some mana bhava to Radharani. And that will be only a excuse to go and plead Radharani. He likes to do all these things. He likes when Radharani is in mana bhava. He likes when he goes and cries before her. He likes to become her puppet. Simple. He likes to show to the world that Radharani is the only controller of me. He is the controller of everyone. At that time, he is searching Radharani and she's not found. There is only one Imli tree in the whole of Vrindavan. He sits in that Vrindavan Imli tree and cries in separation of Srimati Radharani. There, Radharani cries in separation from Krishna. Both exchange their bhavas. So here, because she was constantly thinking about Krishna, she appeared to be blackish blue in color. That is why she is known as Yamuna. Yamuna is blackish blue in color. She's non-different from Yamuna. And here Krishna takes her mood and he appears golden color, golden yellow color. All the gopis are astonished to see Krishna appearing in this golden color, always crying for Srimati Radharani. And that is Chaitanya. The Krishna Lila itself, he has shown that he will appear. And it is also because of Lalita Sakhi's curse. Lalita Sakhi says that I want that you should cry for Radharani. And you are so much having the pride of having this curly hairs. I want to see that form where your curly hairs will be completely shaved off. And you will be begging and crying for her. Because you always make her cry. She always waits for you. And you go to other gopis and enjoy with them. So that is how Krishna Lila is an indication of Chaitanya Lila. That is why Krishna Lila and Chaitanya Lila are non-different. Janma haite prabhura sakala gopigale nija putra haite haitiyo sneha karimane. So from the time of Lord's birth, the gopis had more affection for him than they had for their own sons. That is why we know the Brahma Vimoha Lila. To give that fortune to every gopi by becoming their son, to give their fortune of feeding Krishna. Even the cows also had that desire. When they used to see Yashoda feeding, even they also had the desire. So Brahma Vimoha Lila, Krishna solved everyone's desire. Sneha or affection is always meant for subordinates. Although the servants of Krishna who constantly serve him in the mood of confidential friendship, parenthood, conjugal love, totally remain under his subordination. They proudly consider themselves superior to Krishna, just to solidify their affection. So now see, everyone is servant, just to solidify their affection. That means what? The affection becomes more stronger. The controlling tendency becomes more stronger. If we consider Krishna to be the subordinate of us, that for that type of friendship and that type of parenthood and conjugal love to be there. So Krishna to be bound in the heart. That is the only reason the pure devotees, they like to have such type of controlling tendency towards Krishna. They get more bliss when they see Krishna dancing in their tunes. At the same time, they know their whole intention is to serve Krishna. If Krishna has a desire, they will do it. Somehow they will do it. Krishna had the desire that they should stop Govardhan Puja, they did it. In spite of knowing so many consequences may happen. But they know, they have a firm faith that my Krishna will protect me. So they can go against any ritualistic processes which had been followed, or ritualistic customs which had been followed for so many years. That is why it is not so easy to have the Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamikam Sharanam Vraja. This line indicates surrender to me in the mood of the gopis, mood of the Gopals of Vrindavan. Surrender and forget what you are doing. Just follow what I say. That is not so easy. Because our speculative mind, our attachment to our family customs are so strong, deepened. It is deepened in the roots. So to break that roots of wrong bondage with this materialistic world, And you just follow what Krishna says. When we say Krishna here, refers to the followers who are coming in the sampradaya, disciplic successions. It's not so easy. When Krishna was unable to repay his debt for his loving service rendered by Srimati Radharani, he accepts the mood of Srimati Radharani, displayed her mentality. Na pareham. This is a verse which is in there in Bhagavatam. He says, Na pareham. I cannot repay your debt. He cries. He says, Oh Radhe, I cannot do that. The things what you have done for me, I cannot do. So he knows that the gopi is headed by Radharani. They are the perfect lovers and they have given everything to Krishna. No desire for any name, fame, nothing. Radharani's name is not there in the whole of Bhagavatam. You'll say why? Because Sukadeva Goswami could not chant her name directly because he used to fall unconscious. Because the sacrifice which Radharani does for Krishna, it is unparalleled. The pseudo sampradayas such as Gauranagaris who engage in material enjoyment, nourish a mood of opposing Sri Gaurasundar's preaching of both pure devotion service and the glories of servants, pure love. Pure devotees of Gaura Krishna do not accept this mood. So pseudo sampradayas such as Gauranagaris, what is their mood? Enjoy. Consider oneself as Chaitanya. Consider oneself as Krishna. Make the ladies around, consider them and just enjoy the mood. In the mood of Sahajiyas, what they are doing? They're actually not understanding the mood of the pure devotional service to Krishna. Gopis never had the intention of enjoying. They always had the intention of getting enjoyed by Krishna. They gave themselves to Krishna. Whatever services they had, Brajavasis, they have given everything to Krishna. Their service is only for Krishna. They did not have the intention of getting enjoyed. No. So that is why Gauranagaris, Sudha Sampradayas can never understand. Yadyapi Ishvara Buddhaye na jani Krishnere Sabhaveta Putrahaite Badasneha Pare. So for pure devotees, because to have a strong bondage, a solidified bondage. Solidified bondage, what they used to say, they used to consider Krishna not as Supreme Lord, but they had more affection than that also. For them, everything is Krishna, more than even Narayana, because for them, God is Narayana. They don't know Krishna is God. Krishna is the Shrota for even Narayana. So they had more affection than Narayana to him. And they had more affection even their own sons also. Shunya, Vishmita, Badaraja, Parikshita, Shukastane, Jityasena, Hai Pulakita. Now hearing all these things, Maharaj Parikshit was completely struck with wonder. What a love the devotees have, Brajavasis. Even in Bhagavad Gita, we have the word Braja that refers to Brajavasis, in the mood of Brajavasis. Everywhere in the Sukshma way only Krishna has revealed, because it is the most Gopaniya Leela, most confidential pastime, which everyone cannot do. It is impossible to have such type of surrenderance, impossible. To some extent, somebody may do, Ye yatha maham prapadyante tam sathaiva prajamyaham. To the extent a person surrenders, Krishna also does. Not so easy to surrender sarvasva. That is only Brajavasis. So that is why Maharaj Parikshit was more eager to know about them. So that is why he further inquires, Paramadbhuta Katha Kahila Goswami, Prabhuvan ye mata ko thao shuni nahi. You will say, what is this? In Bengali, Sukadeva Goswami is asking the questions. So all these mundane thoughts come to us only. There is an eternal language. Bengali is also eternal language. Sukadeva Goswami can speak in Bengali, also can speak in Sanskrit also. They are all eternal languages. So all these inquiries come because we have materialistic perception towards everything. He says, oh, I have never heard such wonderful innovations within the 3 words. Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying he can translate that into even Bengali. Actually, Bengali is a celestial language, not the Prakruta Bengali. There are two types of celestial language. One is the celestial language is spoken in the higher planets, in the divine world. One is Prakruta. Like Agastya invented Tamil. That Tamil is very difficult to speak. One is Prakruta, which is just used for social communications. Nijaputra haite para tanaya kushnere taha sneha kaila kemana prakare. I want to know. Please explain to me how the gopis displayed more affection for Krishna, another son than their own sons. Everybody had their son. In the material world, what we find is everybody loves their son. Somehow or other, they have enviousness towards other sons. They may have some love also, but not to the extent they love their own sons. So how is it that the Vrajavasis, they had more love for Krishna than their own sons? So this we'll do tomorrow. Not tomorrow, from Monday onwards. Tomorrow we'll have BC program. Okay. Any questions?
Yeah. Just one or 2 points only.
Yeah.
You said there is no verse in Srimad. You said there is no verse in Srimad Bhagavatam for Radharani.
Your voice is not
You have also
clear.
taught us.
Your voice is not clear. Keep the microphone near your mouth. Yeah. Haribol. Till Prabhuji's microphone is clear. Anyone else has doubt? Okay, no doubt. Prabhuji,
You can hear now.
yeah.
Yeah, I just changed my system. Just two, three small points of 10 seconds each. You said in Srimad Bhagavatam that Radharani is not mentioned, but then you also taught us that words Anaya Rati Toluna Bhagavan.
That is a very subtle. In a different. Aradhito is there, not directly Radhito. Very subtle way. Everywhere in a subtle way. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, all in a subtle way.
Second point was that you said because of Lalita Shaki, that curse was implanted on that Krishna, and then he had to cry and all. And we have also seen like this many other things are happening by which. So my question is that is there a spirit? We have a causal and effectual philosophy. So is there a spiritual cause and spiritual effectual also?
There is no cause and effect in the spiritual world. Cause and effect is only for the material world. Pratibimba theory.
Yeah, but
when it comes to cause and effect, no, that is not a cause and effect. That is to extend the Leela. It is not because of that this effect has happened. Krishna desires, there is no place for cause and effect. It has to happen.
Correct. Yeah,
it has to happen.
But then,
so you can, that is
like
again, it seems to be a cause and effect, but it is completely a different cause and effect. Pratibimba theory, that all is there in this material world only. Reflection theory.
Even if this
Parinamvada, what we are talking a bit about, Parinamvada, Bimba Pratibimba Vada, and all these things are for this material world.
Yeah.
If Krishna desires, it has to happen. Now, Sarva Karana Karanam is Krishna. That is the highest cause. And for that, other things will happen. So you cannot say that is an effect like of this material world. This is desire, simple.
The last point, Mataji, today is Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur appearance.
Oh, so nice. I have not seen the calendar. Vrindavan Das Thakur. Let us get blessed by Vrindavan Das Thakur, so that we can go on continuing nourishing, relishing, and get nourished by Chaitanya Bhagavata. Hare Krishna.
Okay,
thank you.
Mataji, बड़े प्रभु जी का hand ऊपर है.
अच्छा. Yes,
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji. Yeah, you said that there are people who are very old and they're not getting death and all that. So in that case, like in the
Not
olden
getting
days,
death means not get. It's not that they're going to be immortal.
not able to die. In the sense, they're not able to die. They're troubling themselves. Yeah. So initially in olden days, the sacrifices were allowed. So now homicide is also allowed in as per scriptures.
No, you cannot kill anyone. You cannot kill. Because asakti towards the body is there. It will be only killing artificially. But that attachment is there. The knowledge also will come. This person killed me. And that will be more horrible thing for the person who has done. So homicide is not a good.
Okay.
Even the doctors don't give certificates, you know that? Doctors don't give certificate for persons who have done, who do that such type of killing to their grandparents or whatever.
Never many times, like when the person is in coma, they go in for that.
But that is not a proper. That's not proper.
Although they take permission and all.
Artificial breathing is also not a proper way. Artificial ventilator is also not a proper way. Artificial killing is also not a proper way. That is why in the olden days, what they used to do is they used to just, when such things are happening, in Hari, depending on Krishna, they used to be there. Just Ganga. Tomorrow, Kulashekar Alvars, there is a verse, somebody can find out that verse and see. When Jara Jara means so much of disease is there, they used to just take Ganga water and be peaceful and wait for leaving the body. Bas.
Okay.
Nowadays, only trend is there. Go to doctor, spend the money. Doctor gives protocol. That is all nowadays trend. Immediately, old people are taken. Immediately, operation is done for the old people. Actually, 160, 65 years over, they should not do any operation. Ayurveda is there. Till the extent Ayurveda is protecting them. Fine. Not that, but because doctors, they know how to make money. And whatever treatment they are giving, that is more harmful. More 1 or 2 years, they may be worse. But that is giving more pain, more suffering. But Ayurveda, okay. That is just to, because everybody wants to have some medicine, so this is good. But when sometimes some diseases are told, take some Ayurveda, take some Ganga, but finish. Gomutra.
Okay.
Mataji, one small experience which I had with you. I just want to quote. It will take 15-20 seconds only.
Yeah.
It was like, can I quote? Yeah, many years ago, 4-5 years ago, my dog was there and Benny, and then it was a very critical state and suffering every day and all that stuff. And then the doctor said that we'll put him to sleep, put that dog her to sleep by giving an injection. So then I inquired from you, that time it was the beginning of my on this thing, and you said that you asked, I think, Kamal Rochan Prabhuji, and then you came back to me and said that, if you remember this, that no, you cannot put him to sleep by giving the injection. The best thing would be that take the dog and leave him into the forest. Then I asked you that if I leave him into the forest and the dog cannot walk, so the animals will just kill him and eat him up. So you said no, the dogs are better in the open because there are some jadi booties in the forest which they can smell, and on their own they can get back, and then it is all in Krishna's hand. So this is just in addition to whatever. Even animals you are not allowed to kill. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
If you remember, yeah, Hare Krishna.
So one more news from today. I'm going to start pickle making. Anybody wants pickle can send me message. 3 types of pickle will be there. Maharashtrian pickle, Brahmana pickle, Maharashtrian Brahmana pickle. We have Andhra pickle, avakkai, and we have Punjabi pickle. So anyone wants, you can just message.